Hi, my name is Patrick Durkin. I'm a retired special agent with the U.S. government. On August 4 of 2009, I was vacationing in Ocean City, Maryland with my fiancée, Sue. I was body surfing for about 45 minutes, and Sue was in the water in about chest-high deep water watching me most of the time. I've been body surfing in Ocean City since I was a teenager. I had no problems during the 45 minutes. I was catching the waves at a certain location. And on one wave, I body surfed all the way to the beach, like I always do. And I got up, and I was walking out to the location where I was catching all these waves. About halfway out, all of a sudden this large wave appeared, and I thought to myself, what is this large wave doing this close to the shore? But I instinctively caught the wave and rode it in, and it crashed and knocked my forehead into the sand. When I hit, I immediately knew that I had broken my neck because I couldn't move my body at all. Everything went orange, and I almost lost consciousness. Luckily, I didn't, and I kept holding my breath as I drifted down the beach. And I was praying for someone to please turn me over before I had to let out my breath and drown. And at the very last second, I thought, I'm going to have to let out my breath, and that was going to be it. But Sue turned me over. And as it turned out, she thought I was teasing her, doing a dead man's float, when in actuality, I was saying my last prayer. So when she turned me over, I let out my air and went to draw in my first breath, but I could barely let in any air at all. I didn't know why this was happening, but I literally could not breathe. I could barely get in any air at all, and Sue and the lifeguard dragged me onto the beach. I was struggling with all my might to get in the slightest amount of air that I could, and I just kept saying, I cannot breathe. Well, as it turns out, when you have a broken neck, it affects your diaphragm, and your diaphragm is what makes you breathe. So the Ocean City Rescue Squad came. I went to Salisbury Hospital on Medevac, then to the Shock Trauma Center at the University of Maryland. And I spent 3.5 weeks at Shock Trauma. Fantastic doctors and nurses. They took tremendous care of me. I'll tell you, the first 3 days, felt like I was drowning. I had so much congestion in my lungs, the doctors and nurses could barely keep up with it. I remember the night after being there 2.5 days, I thought to myself, I don't think I can do this any longer. The feeling of drowning is just terrible. But I decided to keep fighting, moving forward, because life is worth living. After that, I spent 3 months at the Shepherd Center in Atlanta, Georgia, for rehabilitation, learning how to live my life as a quadriplegic. They taught me very well, and I'm still learning to this day. It's a tough road. I wouldn't wish it on anyone. You have to be aware of these large waves that pop up now and then that break close to shore. Like I said, it was about half the distance of where I was catching the waves. It was just too close to shore to body surf that wave. I instinctively caught it, rode it, and it crashed on the shore, and I broke my neck. If I would have known what I'm advising people now, that these big waves appear close to shore, I would have never body surfed it. So my advice to body surfers and surfers is do not catch these large waves that are close to shore. And my advice to people who are just standing in the ocean, waist high, chest high, you don't turn your back to the ocean. If you've got your back turned, these large waves will come up behind you and smash you into the sand, and you can get seriously hurt. You just have to be aware that these big waves close to shore do pop up now and then. So you just have to be on the lookout for them, and if they're coming in, just duck under them. That's the safest thing to do. Sue lined up a fantastic nurse for me, Judy Pangborn. When I met Judy, Judy told me that she not only wanted to keep me alive, but she wanted to give me a life. And she and her fantastic team of nurses have certainly done that. I've been in great health, and I do a tremendous amount of things. I go out with Sue, go out with friends and family. No matter whether you're a quadriplegic, paraplegic, life is precious. It's just different.
Pause.
Yeah.
I'm watching your breathing and I'm thinking, you gotta come up for air. You're doing a great job.
I get dry.
Mm-hmm. But do you have enough breath? Do you want a breath on the ventilator?
No, I'm good.